Well, as they say, play ball, as we have concluded our national anthem. Very cool thing. Me and Dustin hit this hard in the 3A girls side, but everybody is recognized here before the start of tonight, and it's just terrific.
Awesome.
Greg, I was a manager back in the day. People think, oh, Tanner, you're a basketball junkie. You must have played. When you're 5'8", don't know how to really dribble the ball all that well, and can't play defense, guess what? Probably not going to play. But able to contribute in other ways. Love that everybody, practice play, the players that maybe aren't in the rotation, assistant coaches, everyone gets to bask in the glory of getting to the state championship.
And I'm sure Cam Wright does too, but I've been more around the Manti program, obviously, so I've seen Devin Shakespeare and what he does with his managers.
Yeah.
And he keeps them. He'll get them as a freshman. He keeps them for 4 years, and he puts a lot of responsibility on them. That book that's their baby. And so, yeah, they mean a lot to the program, absolutely, and they get recognized here today. And also they'll run the spotlight here.
Yeah.
Your man, your buddy, Howe.
Mr. Jordan Howe, a Templar legend, as I described him the other day.
Yeah, works down here at SUU, and they do the whole spotlight, turn down the lights. Freaking cool, man. What a cool way to introduce kids.
Got a great crowd for both sides here. Manti student section a little bit more full than the Juab side, but on the parent and fan side, it is up to the top here in Cedar City.
And something that's interesting about that, Manti's had a tough rival crowd every game down here. The Canyon View game, the first one, they filled this place at 12:50 p.m. Canyon View filled it. Grantsville yesterday filled it. Juab's filled it. Some of these teams haven't had to play in front of huge opposing student sections and stuff. Not Manti. They have had to every game.
For the Templars coming in with these 2 wins. Me and Dustin hit this hard a little bit in the Grantsville-Morgan pregame show. We've been talking, all of us broadcasters and camera crew, tough to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah,
that's been thrown out there.
That's the cliche.
Your thoughts on that specific cliche heading into tonight's game?
I think it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Just it's hard to win 3 games against 3 different teams. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard to win a game. I haven't coached at this level, obviously. I coached little kids, in 6th through 8th grade in those competitive basketball games. And every coach is they're scheming against you. It's hard to win 3 games, let alone against 2 teams that you know each other so well.
Well, the starting lineup's being announced, and again, the way they do this, they'll do it one at a time. So one Juab starter announced, one Manti starter announced. They will come out and meet in the middle. First starter announced for Juab, number 1, Justin Stevens, a senior, 5 points a game. For the Templars, number 1, Dylan Anderson, a sophomore, 12 points per game.
Senior.
Did I say sophomore? That is, his brother's a sophomore. He's a senior. He gets 12 points per game for the Templars. Number 4, Riker Richards, a senior, 13.7 rebounds, 4 assists per game for the Wasps. His numerical opposite, number 4, Larson Progreski, a senior, 9 points, lead the state, and 3A at 6 assists per ball game. Number 5 for the Wasps, Peyton Park, a senior, 9 points per game, the corner sniper, as I like to call him. He'll face his numerical opposite, number 5, Kaysen Douglas, a senior, 12 points per game. Kaysen, the gym rat, as I like to call him, who's been in the gym since I've known him as a little kid, gets the start as he has all season long. Braxton Hooper gets the start wearing a number 11, the man in the middle, 7 points, 5 rebounds a game. Reggie Frischnick, the junior, number 23 for the Templars, 12 points, 9 boards a game, 66% from the floor. And starting number 14 for the Wasps, Austin Park, a sophomore, 15 points, 5 boards, 43-33-75 shooting split for Austin. He has been nothing short of spectacular. Christian Hansen rounds out the starting 5 for the Templars. The senior wears number 33, gives you 7 a night on 34% three-point shooting. Templars coached by Devin Shakespeare. Wasp coached by Cam Wright.
Cam Wright looking dapper, my friend, in a suit coat.
I was hoping that was going to get brought up. Cam, now I want to know how long the suit stays on. Because it's going to get warm in here. He's going to be in his coaching mode, and I like the suit. I like the suit from Cam here tonight.
So you want to talk about what both of these teams need to do to win this game?
Yes.
Manti, if they play defense like they did last night, Manti will not lose. If they play defense on the ball handlers of Juab like they played defense on Brigham Mulford, cut off those slot drives, those straight line drives to the hoop to where you can kick to an open man in the outside like a Peyton Park, a Justin Stevens that can knock down those threes, Manti wins. If Juab goes out and hits 8-10 three-pointers like they did last night against Summit Academy, that's what Juab, if they do that, they could win this state championship.
Opening tip-off won by the Wasps. Opening tip-off brought to you by our friends at Salt Creek Veterinary. Call Dr. Mont Myers at 623-5405. Richards left-hand drive, sends it out to Park. The intensity is here at the building in Cedar City. Ball deflected by Anderson. Park recovers, sends top to Richards, down low Hooper. Hooper power dribble inside, sends it to Park, up top Peyton. Straight away three, no, rebound comes down inside to Douglas. Kaysen out in transition for the Templars, lifts Progreski right side, inside Frischnick, spins, turns, shoots, scores. How many times have we seen that all season long, all career long for Reggie Frischnick, the junior?
A lot. A lot.
I like it. Park sends to the corner. Peyton will try another three. No, long rebound, fought for. Anderson has it. Bounces to Hansen. Up ahead, Kaysen Douglas, and he will set things up on the right side with Progreski. Larson steps into a Douglas Dentistry three, and it's good. Templars start 5-0 here.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Manti Templars. Couple of kills on the defensive end, couple of makes on the offensive end.
Riker Richards with it, gets it up top. Braxton Hooper. Hooper with the left hand, sends to the corner. Peyton Park. Progreski hounding Austin Park. Templars in a 2-3. Anderson, you're going to see that from Dylan. He likes to reach early, picks up the foul there. His first team foul for either side.
I want to see this replay here if it's possible. I think Riker Richards does such a good job at bringing the ball low and swiping through the arm with the ball to get the defender's hands on it. And you see it right there. It looked like Dylan might have had ball there, but the official was right there to call him on the arm.
Peyton Park comes off the high screen, sends to the corner Richards. Riker loves the baseline. Decides to pull it back at the paint, turns, shoots, floats, can't get it to go, a big miss. That was a good look from Richards, rebound Frischnick. Progreski all alone, Hansen, Christian lays it up and in, Templars up 7-0. Cam Wright wants to talk about it. We'll take a timeout next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamIve.live, MTCC, and KSL Sports.
Science. Bugs, spiders, I don't mind them. That is until they cross the threshold into my house. Then it's war. Stop the fighting in your house and get year-round protection with EcoLife. EcoLife is offering their Pest Shield package with guaranteed results. You'll get unlimited service calls, an outdoor pest shield, cobweb cleanup, and winter pest treatment. All of the product is child and pet safe. So call or text EcoLife today to protect your home with Pest Shield. 435-283-6002 or ecolifeusa.com.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Timeout called by Coach Cam Wright, similar to what we saw with Manti. Got off to a bit of a slower start. And
the jacket comes off for Cam Wright.
Gaston Larson's in the game for the Templars as Dylan Anderson picked up that foul.
Juab's got good shots.
Yes.
Juab's got good looks. They just haven't hit him. So good timeout by Cam. Just reset your offense. Austin Park now for three.
That's no good. A great look. Rebound. Frischnick's got it. Right side, Kaysen Douglas with it. Kaysen looks to go to the basket. Good defense from Richards to cut him off. Sends to the corner. Good hands from Peyton Park. That's what Peyton does. He gets him and Austin get their hands on so many loose basketballs. Both good baseball players, so that's where that kind of comes from.
Yeah, what I was getting at there, Juab getting what they want. They're getting open looks at three. Riker had that nice drive down the lane. They just haven't been able to hit the shots. They'll be able to get those to start going.
Larson lobs high. Good catch from Hansen. Turns, banks, and scores. Good start for Christian Hansen. It's 9-0 Manti. Christian with 4 of those 9. Park gives to Justin Stevens. Now left side, Peyton Park. Peyton ball fakes, gets it into Austin. Park skips it over to Justin Stevens. Justin looks to attack. Sends it up to Richards. Riker for 3. Straight on. It's no good. Rebound to Frischnick. Another good look for Juab. Just doesn't fall. And Riker's been great from 3 in this tournament. Progreski, right corner 3, buckets. Another Douglas Dentistry 3 from Larson Progreski. It's now 12-0 Templars, 5:21 to go in the opening period.
Larson, he didn't even get his feet set. He was almost falling away from the corner there to knock that one down. Just feeling it.
Steal now by Progreski. Templars force a turnover. Templars hot from the Douglas Dentistry three-point line. Show off that smile at 2-8-3. The drive inside from Frischnick here, sends it out. Kaysen Douglas, the Douglas Dentistry 3. Nobody's fouled by Austin Park, and that means Go Insurance free throws for Kaysen Douglas. That number for Douglas Dentistry, 283-3800. Call Go Insurance at 462-3333.
I was just going to say, I was going to almost interrupt you there and say, because you didn't have it in front of you. I was going to say, just go Google them. Go Google Douglas Dentistry, folks. You've heard it from us all year from the Douglas Dentistry three-point line. We sure appreciate their sponsor, but yeah, Go Insurance free throw line. Kaysen Douglas, 81% free throw shooter this year.
That's a 13-0 start for Manti.
I can guarantee you Coach Devin Shakespeare isn't going to let them rest, even if they're up by double digits this early like this. You're still going to see that second unit come in probably in about a minute. I think Coach Shakespeare's walking down there talking to him right now, telling him he wants to keep up that intensity. Keep doing what the starters are doing. You see a different defensive intensity from this second unit than you see from the starters. You'll see them pick up that full court press a lot more than the starters do. We'll see if we see that right when the 6 men come in.
Cason Douglas, third one, good. Goes 3 for 3 at the Go Insurance free throw line. You mentioned 81% coming into this tournament, and here come the 6 men. 3 minutes into this game, Templars by 15. The drive from Stevens, stripped, out of bounds, it goes back.
Just went off his leg that time, and that was one of those straight line drives that we've talked about from the slot. Justin kind of had that, just kind of fumbled the ball off his leg out of bounds. He might have had a look at a layup if he would have been able to retain the possession.
Preston Thompson to get it in, goes to Jaden Barton, back to Thompson who wasn't ready for the pass. Preston saves it right to Peyton Park. Peyton will drive, foul before the shot and side out of bounds. This second unit has had, if there's been one thing to nag on Manti in this tournament, it's been the turnovers from the second unit.
I think right there, and I think Coach Shakespeare's talking to Preston Thompson, but if I'm Jaden Barton, I get that to either Kasten Larson or I'm bringing it myself.
Stevens with the basketball, gets it left side to Park. Austin puts it on the floor with the right hand, the sensational sophomore, draws a heavy double, up, under, doesn't matter, and that's what he has done all season long for the Wasps.
That wasn't bad defense by the Templars, just great offense by Austin Park, that ball fake to get the open look.
Talon Rasmussen for 3 out of the corner, no good. Thompson, the offensive board, sends back to Rasmussen. Kason Larson, hesitate dribble, looks to take it baseline. Now back up top to Larson, or Rasmussen rather. Kasten in the corner, catches, drives in the paint, pumps, loves to use that up and under move. It's blocked by Kenyon Mattinson.
Yeah, and Riker Richards really affected that as well. Riker's such a good on-ball defender and just doesn't get out of position. Did it right there as well. A lot of people fall for that juke from Kasten Larson.
A travel violation goes the other way. Templar basketball. Jessen Barton and Preston Thompson combined to make the turnover. You know, in football, you talk about a combined sack. I think combined forced turnovers is kind of a similar stat.
Both ways here.
Yes.
Both ways if you want Riker Richards and Kenyon Mattinson on the block, right. And then down here as well.
A little pressure here from Juab. Larson, a little bit of a high pass. It's deflected by Mattinson. And it will be signed out of bounds to the Templars. Preston Thompson to inbound.
And then Juab's going to drop out of that full court look. Justin Stevens going to pick up some, looks like maybe some token half court pressure. He'll back off to the 3-point line though.
Jaden Barton, right side, looks to attack Mattinson. Gets right to the rim, is fouled, and Jaden will earn himself a trip to the Go Insurance free throw line. Go Insurance serves all of Central Utah. Call agents Dan Gregor Galen, 462-3333.
I think Jaden Barton just thought he could get a step on him, but Kenyon Mattinson does a good job rotating. They call the foul on him, and Jaden Barton will get to the free throw line. Good little drive by Jaden Barton. Just get the ball up on the hoop, get to the free throw line.
Jaden connects on the first of 2, as he will get one more. Templars like to come out of a press off of a made free throw.
Jaden, one of those juniors for the Templars, will be back next year as well. Uber athletic.
Kid can get up
Yep.
with ease. Ball goes to Park on the right side. Gets it ahead, Justin Stevens. Stevens now, Templars lead at 17-2 with 3:31 to go in the quarter. Has been all Manti to start. Stevens drives, fouled out front. That will be the third team foul on the Templars with 3:25 to go in the first.
Yeah, Justin Barton just not able to move his feet quite fast enough and had to get his hands in there to slow Justin Stevens down.
Richards to inbound, sends it out to Stevens. Justin guarded out front by Barton. The drive inside. Stevens sends it back out. Jay Rowley's in the game.
That time, Jessen was able to move his feet.
Step back 3 for Parks, no good. Rebound Mattinson. This is where Canyon could make a difference for you. Turns, double team, sends it out and is fouled to reach in again from the Templars there, and that will be team foul number 4.
And right there, if you're Talon Rasmussen, you don't have to reach in like that. Just get up, just get in front of the ball, make that outlet or that exterior pass, if you will, from the outside, inside to the outside hard. Don't reach in there, though. 4 team fouls against the Templars now.
Hunter Stevens checks in, along with the starters, with Dylan Anderson at the foul. Hunter guarding his cousin, Justin. Got some family love going on here. Dylan Anderson's cousins with Jay Rowley as well, so a couple family ties in this game. And a foul on Juab going the other way.
Wow.
Loose ball on Canyon Mattinson.
Wow.
That will be his third. And Casey Douglas chatting it up with his fellow student section.
Yeah, Casey Douglas getting up on that inbound pass to tip it away and create that turnover. So Juab's going to stay in this full court look with the starters in. Talked about it yesterday in that game, Tanner. Manti is tough to press with the starters in the game with the ball handling.
Pogreski gets it up to Frischnick. Good hands from Richards. Pokes it out to Peyton Park. Peyton right to the rim. Up under. Athletic move from Peyton Park as he lays it up and in. Makes it a 13-point game, 17-4. Second basket for Juab.
I said they're tough to press, and Riker Richards just did it.
And then the Templars break that press, and Frischnick lays it in on the other end off the assist from Douglas.
Christian Hansen that time. Yeah.
Stevens on Stevens. How many times have they said that in the driveway at old Grandpa's house? Richards on the right side, guarded now by Hunter Stevens. Skips it up to Park. Sends corner Peyton. Corner three, that's a spot, and he drills it. Peyton Park with a great three-point shot from the Nephi Federal Credit Union three-point line.
That's what you want if you're Juab right there.
The lob high, Hansen again. Yes, Christian's got 8 of the Templars' 21 here in the first quarter.
Templars the last couple of times have been able to break that press, get in front of the defense, and just have numbers throw it up to Christian Hansen. Easy layups for him.
Park drives. It goes off the head of Hooper. The drive here from Riker Richards. Spins, trying to find Braxton. Braxton will take it baseline on Frischnick. Great move. And when Braxton gets low like that and is able to elevate with the basketball, tough to stop even for an athlete like Frischnick. Lead trimmed to 12 for Juab. Frischnick catches free throw line. Reggie puts it on the floor, guarded by Hooper, spins, turns, shoots, and can't quite get that one to go with the left hand. A good look, though, from Frischnick. Stevens comes the other way for Juab. Looks to attack, and they're going to say a foul. Hunter Stevens commits the reach on Justin as Kayston Larson's going to come in replacing Hunter with a minute 32 to go in the quarter.
Couple of good minutes from the 11th guy off the bench, Hunter Stevens there. You want that ball handling from Kayston Larson in the game, I think.
Park with a baseline shot. It's a 10-point game. Austin Park starting to warm up a bit. Hansen on the other end again. Christian turns, banks, scores again. Double figures for Christian Hansen. He gives you 7 a night. On average, he's already got 10 of the 23. That's just been there for him, Greg. He's just had opportunities. He's converted every time.
Yeah, they're just going. He's keeping it high. Now Larson Pogreski steps in front of a pass.
Park recovers, gets it to Richards in the backcourt. Richards now looks to attack, sends to the corner Stevens. Justin looks to take a baseline, runs into a wall, or I should say walls, with Frischnick and Hansen inside. Richards crosses over, Larson out defending. Richards will give left side. The attack from Austin. Park sends to the corner. Peyton will try another corner three. That's no good. Good box out from Frischnick. Allowed Pogreski to get the rebound. Larson comes up the left side, waits to set the offense up. Swings to Hansen. Christian feeling it from deep. That's going to be no good. Ball tapped out, and they're going to say Juab basketball. Combination of Kayston Larson and Reggie Frischnick touched that last. It goes back to Juab.
Yeah, Christian Hansen takes that shot early in the shot clock. Maybe you think don't take that. Christian hits those a lot. 34% on the year. Plus you got 10 points. Let the guy have a heat check.
Templars by 12, 23-11. I believe it's a 15-0 to start, 17-2 start for the Templars. Juab starting to crawl back into this one. The bounce inside, the drive, the kick to Park. Sends it back to Richards. Riker will send to no one. It's taken away by Douglas. Kaysen trying to get to the coast. Richards tracks him down, but Kaysen's so savvy with the ball in transition. Protects it well, lays it in. Templars by 14.
And the way he controls his body, he does such a good job to shield the defender with his body when he shoots.
Then he poked that one free. Hansen to Douglas, who lays it in at the buzzer. Templars lead it 27-11 on our Livingston Photo and Print scoreboard. Also brought to you by CO Building Systems. Scoreboard check coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TMive.live, MTCC, and KSL.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
And we welcome you back on in. Our scoreboard made possible by CO Building Systems, roof and wall panels, and all the trimming at the best prices anywhere. That's CO Building Systems. When Douglas shot that, Greg, I'm thinking, that's a weird layup for Kaysen, but I didn't realize the time was expiring in the quarter. Douglas gets it back in a reach and foul. If that's on Riker, that will be his first.
Yeah, I think that shot was more difficult. It was a difficult shot, but it looked cool. And he had to go quick with it, so kind of a neat-looking little shot there by Kaysen Douglas.
The lob to Frischnick, defended well by Hooper. Made it tough for him to catch it. Progreski gives back, now outside. Larson, or Kaysen Douglas rather, drives. Great matchup with Douglas and Park. Very similar players. Stevens hounding Progreski, ends up in the hands of Douglas. 22 on the shot clock. Kaysen attacks. Sends to Anderson. The corner loves that corner three. Does Dylan Anderson. Goes in and out. Rebound Richards.
Looked good from where we're sitting right here. Just a little bit too long there, Dylan. Just barely in the corner off of that drift pass from Kaysen Douglas.
Austin Park misses the three. Rebound Dylan Anderson. On the left side, bringing it down is Douglas to Progreski right side. Larson looks to cross over, deflected by Stevens into the hands of Douglas. Takes an NBA range three. Nothing but the bottom for Kaysen Douglas. That's a Douglas Dentistry three-point shot from the dentist's son.
There you
Always
go.
find that fun.
Two guys in double figures now for the Templars with Kaysen Douglas and Christian Hansen both with 10. Dylan Anderson's going to pick up his second foul there. We'll see if Coach Shakespeare leaves him in. Oh, excuse me, that went on Christian Hansen. Excuse me.
Christian's got one. Mattison's going to return for the Juab Wasps with 6:58 to go before the half. Templars, the game-high 19-point lead here with 6:58 remaining in the half. Stevens with the basketball up top. Looks to go on the right side. Picks up his dribble, gives up top to Park. Austin with the left-hand dribble. Mattinson looks to set a screen high. Park goes with it, attacks, shows ball, pumps, turns, shoots. No, rebound, tapped, and we'll get a foul here on Reggie Frischnick. That's going to be Reggie's first. And that's a tough shot for Austin Park. He makes that a good chunk of the time.
Yeah, and that's a tough call right there when you watch that replay. Reggie Frischnick goes straight up. There's no push in the back of Riker Richards right there. Reggie Frischnick just went up and tapped it, got higher. But they call the foul, puts Richards at the line.
1-on-1 for Riker. As the junior Templar section is loud and proud here. There's kind of a junior Wasp section too. Both youth fan bases showing out tonight. One more for Richards. And he hits it from the Cache Valley Bank free throw line. Cache Valley Bank, a tradition of helping. Check out their app for banking on the go with the touch of a button.
First two for Riker Richards tonight come from the free throw line there.
Douglas gives up top Progreski. Larson with it, going to go right side Anderson. Dylan ball fakes, looks to attack, gets inside to Douglas. Kaysen turns, great pass to Frischnick. Reggie lays it up and in. Templars make it 32-13 with 6:20 to go in the half.
You thought Kaysen was going to rise to put up a shot right there, but chose to be unselfish and get an even easier shot for his teammate.
Progreski hounding Peyton Park. Ball goes on the right side to Richards. Riker attacks. Sends it to Peyton right corner. Peyton now drives baseline, sends it out to a wide open Austin Park for three. Splash. Austin Park drills an Nephi Federal Credit Union three-point shot. Nephi Federal Credit Union, where our members are our most valuable asset.
7 points now for Peyton Park. Great drift pass as Peyton's going out of bounds, gets it to Austin.
Bank shot good as there is some contact with Richards and Douglas. No call. Kaysen lays it up and in. 34-16. Templars by 18 here. Park up top. Pass deflected. Can't throw that with Larson Progreski in your grill. Douglas is double teamed. A low pass there. And it's picked off. Park, Richards. Anderson tries to block it. Riker gets the advantage inside. Lays it in. 34-18.
Yeah, Dylan Anderson just got caught in that corner right when he crossed midcourt. The trap came and they were able to get the turnover. Good finish by Riker Richards.
Kaysen Douglas with the basketball up top. Crosses over. Looks to get in the paint. Flips it up and in, and the foul.
Baby, look at that. Put that thing. high off the glass. My gosh, look at this shot.
With the right hand on the left side.
Look how high that is. That hits the top of the backboard. It's not even on the glass. It's on the rubber part of the backboard on the very top. Wow.
Second on Austin Park. That's a big foul on Austin.
That is such a tricky shot there.
Douglas converts at the Go Insurance free throw line.
15 for Cason Douglas now here in this first half. 15 big points. That's a game for a lot of guys.
Averages 12.
Yeah.
Templars average 70. They're already at 37. We got 5 minutes to go before halftime. Stevens now attacks the basket. Little runner for two. Justin likes that shot. It rolls off. Mattinson tapping it to himself. That's what Kenyon Mattinson does. Gives them second possessions.
Yeah. He does such a good job at offensive rebounding. Kenyon Mattinson, such a big size down low.
And
look at that shot
from Austin Park. My goodness. Switching to the left hand midair. Throws it off the back and in. And he'll get a chance at the Cache Valley Bank free throw line to complete the three-point play.
Back-to-back crazy, amazing shots from each team. Cason Douglas on one side, Austin Park on the other. Uses the glass so well. Gets to the free throw line for one more.
Talk about how similar those two are in
yeah,
build,
you have
skill
talked
set.
about that a lot, yeah.
Love that matchup. Free throw coming here for Austin to complete the three-point play. It's 37-18.
I don't know what the officials are talking about here.
Having a discussion at the scorers table and maybe trying to make sure they get the right foul. I believe Christian Hansen was the man in the way there.
Yeah, so that would be 2 on Christian, but they haven't put it up on the board yet.
Cason
You
Larson
have Cason Larson come in for him, so it must have been Christian. That kind of moves Cason Douglas down defensively to a more forward type position with Christian Hansen out, so a little bit smaller lineup for the Templars. Excellent ball handling, though.
The infamous lineup with Caston Larson, and Larson Progreski. Shot's no good on the free throw. Loose ball. Park comes down with it. Austin sends to Stevens. Hesitates dribble. Justin in the lane. Pulls up. Gives it back left side to Austin. He'll reset. 25 on the shot. 4:30 on the game clock. Austin sends it to Stevens. Corner three from Justin's up and no good. Rebound fought for Mattinson. Just so strong down low. Hooks and scores. Big basket from Kenyon Mattinson. 37-22 our score.
You can chalk that whole possession up to Kenyon Mattinson. 2 offensive rebounds in that offensive set.
Frischnick catches at the free throw line. Shows ball. Puts it on the floor. Spins. Turns and walked with that one. Just they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, I think the reason that he walked was because he got a little bit of a push from behind. He got that first move. He would have held that pivot if he wouldn't have got that little bit of a push. Watch this replay.
Makes the move.
Picks up that dribble before Stevens can get over there to take it away, and they call that push before the travel.
The 6th man return for the Templars.
16 fouls against the Wasps now, 8 against the Templars.
And it'll be Preston Thompson to trigger.
4:06 remaining here in the first half. I'm interested to see how long the second unit stays for the Templars. Maybe just a minute or so, the way these starters are playing.
Jaden Barton with it, gives to Rasmussen. Talon puts it on the floor, deflected. Peyton Park with those pesky quick hands, and then a foul on Talon in the backcourt as Richards will now go to the line. That's going to be the 9th team foul on the Templars, last 1-1 of the half for the Juab Wasps.
Yeah, that's the second on Talon. Rasmussen just tries to go through Riker Richards there. Easy call for the officials to make.
Riker goes to the Cache Valley Bank free throw line. Cache Valley Bank Construction and Loan Services as he hits the first of the 1-1.
Riker 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. 5 points. One more here for Riker. Braxton Hooper will come back in for Kenyon Mattinson. Kind of surprising a little bit.
Rasmussen will sit. Free throw good. We'll see Dylan Anderson as mentioned. And bringing the ball down is Cason Larson. Left side, Jaden Barton with it. Barton looks to attack off the dribble, gets inside, little runner for 2, it's wide. Rebound comes down to Richards. Long outlet to Park, touchdown. We've seen Peyton Park do that on the football field, does it on the basketball court. An 11-point game with 3:40 to go. The Juab crowd starting to make some noise, and here comes the other 3 starters, not in foul trouble. Dylan Anderson crosses over, looks to get in the paint, attacks, little push shot. How good is Dylan Anderson at that? We talk about his shooting, Greg, and that's warranted. We don't talk about that little push shot he does enough.
He loves that shot. Makes it so the defense can't get there on him.
Richards with Barton flying at him. Dylan taps it to himself, picks it up, gives to Jessen Barton. Jessen lobs. Preston Thompson can't get it. Loose ball on the floor. We'll get a jump ball. Possession goes the other way to Juab.
Yeah, Templars just getting a little sloppy with it there. This second unit, get the starters back in. Maybe try and keep this double-digit lead going into the second half for the Templars.
Austin Park will have it. 3:10 to go as Jay Rowley is going to check in. Want to make sure Austin doesn't get that third foul. Austin has got 9 points, been great for Juab in this comeback effort.
Yeah, I don't think you can sit him the rest of this half, even with 2 fouls. You just got to tell him to be smart.
Peyton Park, good drive from Peyton. Can't finish. Rebound, Reggie Frischnick. Kason Douglas with it. Trots across the midcourt. Gets it in the paint. Layup, so creative. His layup package is phenomenal. Lays it in right there. 41-26 on our CO Building System scoreboard. Stevens, handoff Riker Richards. Richards looks to attack, and a reach-in foul, or they're going to call the block on Kasten Larson. The official signal block.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be on Dylan Anderson, but it is on Kasten Larson, so just his first. So Dylan doesn't pick up his second here. Kason Douglas still with no fouls with those 17 points. And Larson Pogreski also with no fouls for the Templars.
Free throw good from Riker at the Cache Valley Bank free throw line, where he has been Cache this entire postseason. They offer mortgage and construction loan services, and as always, the Cache Valley Bank app on the go with the touch of a button.
Yeah, ice in his veins against Richfield in that quarterfinal game from the free throw line.
Short there, ball loose. Pogreski dives for it. Parks back in. I believe this is going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, Larson Pogreski just had to dive on the floor for that one.
We haven't gotten an official call.
Devin Shakespeare doesn't look happy with it. They will call it a jump. Yeah, that's what it looked like from here. Larson just dove in there. Look at that, just got low to the ball first. And I think what Devin Shakespeare maybe isn't happy about is Park being on the back of Larson Pogreski, but they give the jump ball to the Templars.
Larson, the Penguin, Pogreski going in there. 3 for Dylan Anderson's good. It's a Douglas Dentistry 3 with in-house financing. Show off that smile, 283-3800.
Cannot leave Dylan open from the top of the key like that. He'll bury you.
And Austin Park, that's his spot. That little bank shot from 2-3 feet out. He gets to that spot. It's deadly for Juab, 44-29.
Nice little pump fake to get the defender in the air. Easy layup after you get a man in the air.
Larson, quick trigger 3. Short. Ball's off Braxton Hooper's head. I have not seen a ball hit a player's head more in a season than Braxton Hooper's this season. Great drive from Park. Can't get it to go. Great rebound from Douglas.
A defense from Reggie Frischnick. Straight up. Both hands straight up. Just jump straight in the air to not pick up another foul.
Frischnick post move. Turns. Can't finish. Rebound inside to Hooper. Good defense from Braxton Hooper.
People always want travels on that move from Reggie, but it never gets called because it's not a travel.
Great take from Justin Stevens. Took advantage of the lane. Makes it 44-31. And Coach Shakespeare did not like Manti giving up an easy shot like that. Pogreski goes Anderson left side. Dylan jabs, looks to drive. Killer crossover. Gives to Frischnick straight away. Reggie will go right side. Douglas. Deep 3 again. Buckets. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kason Douglas. He's got a 20-point first half, and the Templars have put up 47 with a minute to play. You think he's enjoying the moment, Greg?
Oh, boy. He loves it.
Drive inside from Hooper. Nobody's fouled, and that will put Braxton Hooper at the line with 55.6 seconds remaining.
I think that's going to go against Reggie Frischnick from behind, right? Let's see what the call is. Yeah, that goes against Reggie, so that's going to be his second, so he'll need to sit the rest of this half with that 16-point lead. Matthew Harris, that we know, he writes for the Deseret News. He had a funny tweet earlier this week where he said, Braxton Hooper knocks down that first one, but he says he was hoping it was going to be Manti versus Emory because then we'd have a 106-104 final. Because both of those teams like to put up a lot of points, but Manti's putting up a lot tonight. Juab not doing bad either, 32 points. You know, you get 70 or so points in a high school game, that's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points. You know,
both teams doing very well offensively.
The year after Devin won his first championship, it was his second season as Hooper misses the free throw. Rebound, Pogreski and Thompson wrestling with it. They had an 100-point game. I never thought I'd live to see the day my alma mater did that. And the miss inside from Douglas, and they're going to call a foul inside on Preston Thompson here.
How was that on Thompson when he had the ball? Unless, are they saying he tried to clear out? Yeah, I want to see that replay there. because he had the ball. So did he swing his elbows? Is that what they're saying? Because that's a tough call right there, boy.
So here's the shot from Caiston. Goes long. Preston gets the rebound. Oh, boy. Huh.
Let Tanner Wilkinson call it as a play-by-play man.
And a foul out front on Caisson Douglas here. That'll be his first, and now 2 Stevens for Justin Larson. You and I had an interesting conversation with Dustin Shakespeare today. We wanted to get in the mind a little bit about how the Shakespeare boys work, right? And you asked, Manti seems to foul a lot. Is that something Devin, preaches?
Is okay with? Not preaches, but is okay with.
That's a good way. That's a better way to put it than I would have. Than I did.
Yeah.
And he said, some of it is he's okay with, as Stevens misses the first of 2 Cache Valley Bank free throws. It was an interesting conversation.
I don't think there's any team in the state, and they're the number 1 team, so this isn't being negative here, that gets called for fouls on the perimeter more than Manti. They're just always in your grill. They're always challenging things.
That aggressive, yep. Stevens goes 1 of 2. It's 47-33. Ball into Progreski. About a 3-second differential between shot and game clock. Stevens pokes it loose. Richards gets it. Opportunity here for Juab. Park crosses over. Great step to the basket. Gather can't finish. Mattinson doesn't get it to go. Larson the rebound inside. And we will get a tie-up. And it stays Juab ball with 26.4 to go. Templar crowd does not like it. Juab crowd loves it. And that's the epitome of a call like that.
Sure. Yeah, gets another possession for the Wasps here. Try to make a little bit of a run. Try and get this down. Maybe you can get it down to, 12 or 10 before the start of the second half.
And it will be Richards to inbound. 26 seconds left. Juab loves to hold for 1 shot. Will be interesting to see what they do here.
You're down 14, so maybe that changes what you do. But
great inbound play. Park can't get it to go. Lowers the shoulder. That one doesn't go. The ball's tapped out to Richards.
So many offensive rebounds for Juab this half. It's really keeping them in it.
Richards right to the cup. Finishes for 2. 47-35. Ball comes into Progreski with 9 seconds. Larson crosses over. Gets it up to Douglas. Caisson gets right to the cup again. Lays it in. 49 for the Templars is Stevens from midcourt. Blocked. Juab upset that there's no foul call. Boy, the Juab crowd is livid. Oh, boy.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
That'll be halftime. Manti 49, Juab 35. We'll be back with our Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live with MTCC.
This is more than just a job. It's about caring for our neighbors, our friends, and our families who trust us by placing their lives in our hands. There's nothing more precious than a human life, and we all honor that responsibility. Beginning in 1932, we've been standing ready to serve our communities with dedication, accountability, and a servant heart. And most of all, human connections.
Looking for the perfect color for your next paint project? Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim has your solution. With their state-of-the-art color matching equipment and over 350,000 colors, anything is possible. Bring Hermanson's any size sample or your favorite Pinterest pin and they can scan or match across all brands of paint. They've successfully matched paint colors from pillows, stucco, rock, paint cans, signs, plants, and more. Their high-quality finishes from Pratt & Lambert and Best Look will give you the professional results you're looking for. Don't put off those paint projects any longer. Drop by Hermanson's Hardware in Ephraim. It's how going to a hardware store should be.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Hi, I'm Mark Anderson, CT Director for Juab, North Sanpete, and South St. Pete school districts. Do you know what CTE pathways are offered at your high school? Career and Technical Education provides career exploration and guidance through 35 CTE career pathways. Did you know that students can find a career based on their interest and then build their academic courses around it? These pathways lead to industry recognized credential of value, giving students a step up in their chosen careers. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in to the America First Event Center. It's our Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime show. Champions propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Jones & DeMille Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm. On our Livingston photo and print scoreboard, it's Manti 49, Juab 35, where they print just about anything on just about everything. Greg, I like doing games with you. I like doing games with our friend Dustin Shakespeare. From a stat perspective, big shout out to Brad as he gets us the stat. You guys have specific things you like to highlight, circle, look at. What do you have for us?
Yeah, offensive rebounds for the Wasps, keeping them in this game. 7 offensive boards. Kenyon Mattinson with 4 himself. Manti only has 1 offensive rebound there in the first half. They do have 11 defensive rebounds because Juab has missed a lot more shots, which also gives Juab a lot of opportunities at the offensive boards. That was kind of interesting to me to look at that. 3 assists for the Wasps to 7 turnovers. 13 assists in the first half for the Templars. Just an awesome job there. Cason Douglas, let's run down a stat line, shall we? 22 points, 8 of 8 shooting. Hasn't missed a shot, 2 for 2 from behind the arc.
And those aren't just gimme layups. Those are tough shots.
Couple of deep three-pointers, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Also has 4 assists. 22 points and 4 assists in the first half. Larson Progresky with 6 points, 5 assists. Christian Hansen, 10 points really early, and then kind of got into foul trouble, so wasn't able to play as much in the second half. For the Wasps, 11 points for Austin Park. He's playing a great game. He's put it up 12 times there in the first half. Shot a lot, 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc. 9 points for Riker Richards, 7 for Peyton Park for the Juab Wasps. Manti shooting overall 19 of 26, 5 of 9 from behind the arc. Juab shooting 42%, 13 for 31, but again, 7 offensive rebounds to give themselves second shot opportunities quite a bit. Reggie Frischnick and Christian Hansen being in a little bit of foul trouble definitely contributes to that.
Your score here at halftime on our CO Building Systems scoreboard, Manti 49, Juab 35. CO Building Systems, roof and wall panels and all the trimming at the best prices anywhere. That's CO Building Systems. We appreciate everyone tuning in, whether it be via radio, streaming, however you are joining us. We're happy to be along for the ride for this 3A state championship game. Coming up, more Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, MTCC, and KSL.
Want to save money on your internet bill? Who doesn't? You now can save big with a new referral program from MTCC. You can now get a $5 monthly credit for each of your friends who sign up for Fiber Fast Internet or MTCC TV for as long as they remain a customer. Get 10 friends and you get a $50 credit every month for as long as they remain a customer. Now that's savings. Visit manta.com/bringafriend or call or text 435-835-2929 for details. Some restrictions apply. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
This is Nate Johnson of Risk Managers Insurance Agency in Ephraim. It is surprising how many people do not have any life insurance or adequate coverage today. If you were to suddenly die, would your family have enough money for your funeral and to pay off any debt you may have, or funds to live on with your income no longer available to care for your family? You may be surprised at how low life insurance rates are. Let me sit down with you and discuss how life insurance can benefit you and your family. Call us at Risk Managers in Ephraim, 283-4685.
Wait, guys, you forgot your helmets!
Hi, I'm Ben Pipes.
I've been working in the emergency department with the trauma team for the past 9 years. In this geographical part of the western United States, we have the 4th highest traumatic brain injury hospitalization rate in the country for children. When riding off-road vehicles, please ensure that everybody is wearing a helmet and other safety gear. Ride an ATV that is appropriate for your age and skill set. Take a hands-on ATV safety course. Children between the ages of 8 and 16 or without a driver's license should be certified.
Skyline Motorsports is proud to support North San Pete High School sports. So remember, if you're in the market for a new side-by-side or ATV, you need to get into Skyline Motorsports. They have the latest Kimco has to offer. Skyline Motorsports also carries all the latest riding gear and accessories for your outdoor needs. And they have the best service department in the county. So drop on into Skyline Motorsports today and go Hawks. You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3.
Welcome back on in to our Jones & DeMille Engineering halftime show. Jones & DeMille applauds teams for hard work, dedication, and commitment. The race for excellence has no finish line. Let's get to a Barclay Mechanical score update for welding and fabrication. Click barclaymechanical.com.
Yeah.
What other games have gone on today, Greg Sterner?
Yeah. In 4A, Skyview defeated Dixie to earn the state championship up in Logan. Here today in the 3rd, 4th place game for the boys, Grantsville was able to run away from Summit Academy in the 5th, 6th place consolation bracket championship. Richfield defeated Morgan. In the girls earlier today here in 3A, Morgan was able to defeat Grantsville in a wonderful 70-66 game. Morgan just pulled it out late with a couple of steals and clutch free throws for the Morgan Trojans to pick up the state championship. In the 3rd, 4th place game in the girls, Richfield defeated Carbon. 5th, 6th place game, Judge defeated Canyon View. In 2A, I got it here for you, my friend. At halftime, Parowan, the 8th seed in 2A, leads Kanab 29-23.
Those two split the season series. I actually did that matchup in Parowan. Brock Felder, best player in 2A, by far might be the best player in 2 and 3A if we're talking individual talent. Had 37. And 6
just
dunks in
drop
that game.
step dunking on people, and
he had an oop in that game that would have been tough for LeBron James to catch.
Wow.
And I'm being serious. I don't say that lightly. He is a terrific athlete. Second half tip-off made possible by our friends at Salt Creek Veterinary. Salt Creek serves Juab and the surrounding counties. Expect state-of-the-art medical care for all your four-legged companions, from grooming to boarding to surgery. Some keys here to the second half, Greg. Let's start with Juab, who trails by 14. It was 15-0. Manti's had some pretty big leads. Juab's done some good things, though, offensively. Started to get a rhythm.
As 15-0, Manti runs out to that lead, and from there it's pretty even. Manti up 14 right now. So if you're Juab, just keep getting those open looks. They're getting some open looks in the corner when the defense collapses on them. Start hitting some of those threes. They've done a decent job of doing that. 2 of 11 from behind the arc. They're going to have to hit a few more of those to cut into that lead. And defensively, they're going to have to cut off those line drives by Case and Douglas, especially. For the Templars, keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting the ball pressure on the perimeter. Cross your fingers some fouls don't get called as often, frankly, and just keep getting those transition buckets.
Anderson on the right side to start this third quarter. Comes off the Hansen screen. Thought about the three. Gives to Frischnick now right side. Reggie's going to get back to Dillon. He's going to take a deep one. It's no good. Hansen offensive board back to Douglas. Kaysen with the left hand. Sends it to the corner. Dillon thought about a dribble drive. Now back to Kaysen Douglas out front. Hounded by Peyton Parkin. Look how well Peyton moves his feet.
Great
My
defense.
Goodness. Sends it to the corner. Anderson for three. No. Rebound. Comes down. Good box out. But Larson Progreski's there. Good block. Out of bounds. It'll stay Templar basketball. Boy, Juab, 4 guys boxed out, but none of them went to go get the ball. Larson says, I'll take that, and it'll be Templar basketball. Hansen catches out at the three-point line, lost to Frischnick. Lays it up. No, and that is clearly a foul inside on Braxton Hooper, and Reggie's going to get a pair of free throws here. Got to let the shooter land, Greg.
Yeah, Reggie goes up to shoot that, and who is that coming through? Hooper just kind of trying to box him out when the shot goes up and just went underneath Reggie. So 2 free throws from Reggie Frischnick, shooting 60% from the free throw line this year.
That number has climbed as the season gone on, and in the tournament has been terrific, in and out on that first try. 49-35, 7:19 to go in the third quarter as we begin our second half. Go Insurance sponsors the Templars free throws tonight. and all season long, serving all Central Utah. 462-3333. Reggie's second, down. 50-35.
5 points now for Reggie. A little below his average. He's averaging about 12 points a game, but doing other good things tonight.
4 rebounds and an assist. Peyton Park gives up top Richards. Hooper catches, gives to Park. Park fakes, now drives it. In the lane, sends to the corner. Peyton's favorite spot for 3. No, but, Cason Douglas did not allow him to land.
Same thing, yeah. Yeah, same thing on the other end. Just instead of a layup, it's a three-point shot. And if you challenge that three-point shot, you have to let a three-point shooter land. And that right foot of Cason Douglas, as you see on the replay, just comes down where Peyton's trying to land.
Park hits the first of 3 Cache Valley Bank free throws. Cache Valley Bank, a tradition of helping. Second one from Peyton is good. Big for Juab, stops the clock, and you get a potential shot at 3 points here. He'll get one more. 3 for 3 for Peyton. Can't express enough how important his role has been to this Juab team since coming back from what was a pretty gnarly wrist injury with football. Injured it twice during the football season. Anderson looks to jab and attack. Gets in the paint, sends to Larson. Wide open 3 from Pogreski. No. Rebound Christian Hansen. Hansen draws the double, sends it out. A little too far. Douglas was on the line. Good catch from the official there. His toe barely grazed the line, Greg, but it's an over and back.
And frankly, if you're a Manti fan, you probably should be happy about that, because otherwise Juab's coming on a 2-on-1 transition break the other way. So at least it slows them down. Manti offensive rebounding here in the second half. They have more offensive rebounds than they did in the first half. More missed shots early, but
Stevens attacks, trying to cut this lead back down to 10, possibly 9, are the Wasps. Stevens on the left side, guarded out front from Anderson. Justin looks to drive, good hezzy dribble, just lost the basketball out of bounds. It will go to Manti. Justin just lost his footing there.
Yeah, it looks like he was looking for a foul. I didn't see anything there. It looks like he just kind of lost that as he was trying to drive. Might have had a look at a layup there. The help defense was a little bit slow coming over, but
screen from Frischnick. Larson picks up his dribble, gives to Dylan Anderson. Anderson crosses over, sends it back to Hansen. Christian open, puts it on the floor, gets inside. Christian had a great start to this game with 10 quick points. Anderson, great extra pass. Douglas, corner 3, no. Rebound, Reggie Frischnick again. Spins, sends to Pogreski. Larson attacks, and he travels. Possession back to Juab with 5:54 to go here in the third.
It's kind of the way Juab started this game is the way Manti started this second half. They're missing a lot of shots. They're getting a lot of looks. They're getting offensive rebounds, as Cam Wright calls a timeout here. Just not able to put points on the board.
We'll take a timeout as well on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, MTCC, and KSL Sports.
I'm JL Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Port in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and MTCC Channel 3.
Timeout by Coach Cam Wright, as it'll be Juab basketball heading the other way after that Templar turnover. You know, Cam calls timeouts always at interesting times. It's maybe, I don't want to say unorthodox, but maybe some coaches wouldn't agree with when he uses a timeout. I don't hate that one there.
Maybe sees an opportunity to take a little momentum. They've had the momentum. Try to capitalize on this here.
Stevens spins, little floater. That's Justin's shot. It's off. Tipped by Mattinson again. Pogreski deflects it. Collision with Richards, and Pogreski. Riker throws it off Larson. Stays Juab basketball. That's Riker Richards' game. He's so heads up to make those kind of plays.
And I think Larson might have been out of bounds even before Riker threw it off of him. It looked like that official was running in there right as Larson touched the ball.
Austin Park looks to attack off the dribble and sends it back out top. Stevens. Pogreski picks his pocket, and jump ball. Possession will stay with Juab. 5:28 to play here in quarter number 3.
Larson hasn't lost any sort of defensive intensity on the outside. No fouls against Larson, so he can be a little bit more aggressive. Not worried about picking up, the second or third foul or anything.
Stevens on the right side gives to Richards. Guarded by Frischnick. Riker attacks, picks up his dribble, sends it high. Justin has to collect it. Gives it to Austin Park. Austin looks to drive, and a foul on Dylan Anderson reaching out front for Dylan. That is number 2, second team foul of the half for the Templars.
Yeah, I just want to watch this replay here, see where that is. Yeah, I think it was before the little reach around. It was just with his left hand there.
Richards to inbound. Sends it back. Hanson makes it tough for Park to catch, but Park beats him off the dribble. Now recovers, sends it back out. Stevens for 3. Big shot for Juab. Buckets. Justin Stevens with a nothing but the bottom of the net. Nephi Federal Credit Union three-pointer. Closest Juab has been, Greg, in some time.
Yeah, good run here to start the second half for Juab. 6-1 run.
Templars with a point in the first 3 minutes is all. After a 49-point first half, Douglas right to the rim. No. Ball rolls off. Rebound Mattinson.
Boy, all of those shots that were going in the first half for the Templars just aren't going here.
Park drives, shoots, banks, misses. Frischnick taps it to Anderson. Going the other way are the Templars. Douglas on the right side looks to attack. Stevens deflects it out of bounds. State Templar basketball. 4:37 to go. Juab has, taken advantage, too, of the misses Manti's had inside.
Absolutely. Good job by Justin Stevens to step in front. Cason Douglas probably would have had a layup if it wasn't for Justin Stevens just stepping in front and knocking that ball out of bounds.
Douglas sends it back to Pogreski. And Rowley fouls Larson, as that will be Jay picking up his second personal. And it will be
a little chippy out here.
Well, you play a team a third time. You got a couple sets of cousins on the teams, right? These guys know each other.
Yeah.
They played against each other in middle school.
This senior class of both sides, they've been fighting with each other, since 5th, 6th grade when accelerated basketball and football started. Two of the best teams in the Central Utah region always.
Ball goes into Hanson. Christian backs down on Riker. Turns, shoots, banks, and scores. Christian Hanson with a power move inside. Riker wouldn't give him an inch. Big time move from Hanson.
The official right there just says nothing. Just keep playing.
Park looks to attack. He is fouled out front by Larson Pogreski, and Frischnick helps up.
I'm going to go against Larson or about Christian Hanson. It looked like Austin Park tried to split that defense there. Yeah, that's Larson Pogreski. You're right. Yep. Before Christian got over there.
Caston Larson and Jessen Barton check in for the Templars. And it'll be Juab ball side underneath. Richards pounds the rock. Trying to get it in, close to 5. Lobs for Mattinson. Canyon turns, shoots, banks, misses. Good job by Larson to deflect that. We get what should be a jump
ball.
Should
be a jump, yeah.
Possession to Manti.
Yeah, Reggie Frischnick went up and got that. Canyon Mattinson did a great job to tie him up. But it will be Manti possession.
Preston Thompson in for the Templars here with 4:06 to go in the third quarter. Manti by 11. Larson Pogreski, Jessen Barton, Caston Larson, Christian Hanson, and Preston Thompson.
It's kind of a mix-up of the starting lineup and that second unit in here right now. We don't see that a lot.
Barton recovers after the delayed pass, sends it to Caston. Caston will attack. Larson Pogreski now off the dribble. Hesitates, picks it up, gives to Thompson. Preston inside, lays it in. Big basket from Preston Thompson off the assist from Pogreski. Great find by Larson. Great cut and finish from Preston Thompson.
Yeah, good job using that left hand. Preston, the lefty, doing a good job to get that off the glass over the big man, Canyon Mattinson.
Templars go under the screen. Park misses, and Hanson's going to get called for an over the back on Canyon Mattinson.
Boy, I want to watch this because Christian Hanson went up and got it. Did he bump Canyon Mattinson or did he go up straight? Yeah, I think they're just saying, Christian Hanson did come down with it, but I can see where the official's going there. He kind of used the back of Canyon Mattinson to go up and get that.
3 on Hanson. Richards will inbound on the baseline. Kind of a line box set here for Juab. Sends it out, wide opens Park. Thought about the 3, now drives it in the paint. Peyton drives, banks and scores. Peyton likes that right side little push bank shot. Juab's got it back down. It's 54-43.
And that's one where Manti wants an offensive foul call. Didn't get it down here. Juab wanted it. Manti didn't get it here. So it's all good. Both sides.
What do I always tell you, my friend? These things
they
work
even
out.
They
do. Work out.
Yep, they all even out.
Jessen Barton looks to attack. Sends to the corner to Thompson. Preston, skip pass up to Caston Larson. Dangerous pass. Caston recovers it. Screen from Frischnick. Caston, high arcing shot, fouled. Count the bucket for the sampler. A little onion rings on the side for Caston. And he'll go to the Go Insurance free throw line to shoot one free throw.
Just had to get that thing high off the glass. Caston Larson, shortest guy on the floor. uses that left hand so well. He loves the left side of that. You know, he's a right-handed kid, but loves the left side.
You want a second nickname for him. Tim Duncan was called the big fundamental, right?
Yeah.
You call Caiston the short fundamental because he's
you
got
go.
it.
Yep. He's a very fundamental player, excellent ball handler, been a good backup point guard for the Templars, and a kid that, you know, we talked about it. We've talked about it before. Caiston's a kid that would start on probably every 3A team. Embraces his role off the bench and does a great job.
Pure point guard.
Yep.
Stevens looks to drive. Templars back up 14. Park pumps, lowers it, sends it to Richards, and just through Riker's hands out of bounds. It goes back to Manti.
Kind of a tricky little pass there by Austin Park just to roll it in between the legs of the Templars, but Riker Richards just couldn't go down low enough to get that one. Field the grounder.
Dylan Anderson will inbound for the Templars. 2:47 to go here in the third. Manti leads it by 14. Templars have started to get a little more momentum coming back the other way. It's a 7-2 run for Manti. Anderson off the dribble, left side, crosses over, gets to the middle of the floor. Pulls it back out, Hezzy dribble again, gets to the rim, floater for two. Tough play. Dylan Anderson, so tough when he can shoot that shot, Greg. Gets off the floor so well with the dribble, lays it in.
Little hesitation. Looks like he might rise for that three, but able to get around the defender.
Park nearly lost it, now recovers. Peyton on the right side, lobs to Mattinson. Douglas comes to help. And they call the foul there on Caisson Douglas for the reach. For Caisson, that's going to be number 3 with 2:16 to play. Juab fans love it, Templar fans don't. That is how the game goes.
Yeah, and that official's getting in Caisson's face, telling him not to say anything. God, you watch that replay. That's a tough call there, Tanner. Caisson looked like he had ball on top and then going down low.
So we'll get Barton and Progreski back in. Frischnick, Thompson, and Larson the lineup here for Manti. As Riker Richards to inbound. Richards tries to send it in, goes back to Stevens. Justin catches. Out on the three-point line, Justin with the basketball, looks to dribble on Larson. Hands off, Park. Austin hesitates dribble, and he traveled with it. The feet just barely shuffled. If the official's not right in front of that, I don't think that gets called.
Yeah, because Austin, he was starting to dribble and just kind of shuffled those feet a little bit, and that's exactly right. That's a good call, Tanner. If that official isn't there, they probably just let that one go.
Jesson Barton on the left side with the basketball. Boy, excited for his future in the Templar program. Sends to the corner to Progreski. Larson gets it inside. Frischnick. Reggie spins, turns, shoots, and scores. In typical Reggie Frischnick fashion, puts the Templars back up 18, 61-43.
Just gets up higher than the defender there.
Park attacks baseline, sends it out. Barton the steal. Jesson gets it to Caiston Larson. Larson running with Frischnick, right to the rim with the left hand. Caiston can't get that to go. Gets it back, but was out of bounds. It'll go back to the Juab Wasps. And Coach Shakespeare's pleading that Caisson got established back in. From our view, I don't think he was. But
yeah, it looked like the right call out there. I don't know. But, yeah, you thought Caisson Larson was going to do a little bounce pass over to the right side. The streaking Reggie Frischnick kept it himself, had a good look there. It was a good idea by Caisson Larson, just not able to finish.
Stevens with the basketball. Guarded by Larson, drives it, sends it out to Richards, and then they call the foul as Justin Stevens hits the deck. That's going to be 6 team fouls here on the Templars, so Juab will shoot the rest of the way. Larson will pick up number 2. So it'll be Richards to inbound on the baseline. Riker gets it to Park. Austin looks to spin on Caiston Larson, turns, shoots, and doesn't score, but another foul. And that's going to be 3 on Caiston Larson.
And a good job by Austin Park to recognize a little bit of a size mismatch there with Caiston Larson. And Caiston had pretty good defense at first, but when Austin's able to bring that ball around, and even if Caisson's straight up, he just goes through those arms and able to draw the foul. Just about had an and one as well.
Park's free throw is good.
Yeah, Austin, gosh, that kid's such a heady player. Man, he's just a good ball player for a sophomore out there. He looks, he's long, he's got good athleticism. Kid's a stud.
Hits them both. The number 1 baseball player in the entire state for the class of 2025. That's nothing to blink. That's nothing to blink at, folks.
Well, and probably if he keeps playing football, I'm assuming he will. Probably
be the quarterback next year.
Yeah. If you're a rival fan of non-Juab, other teams, you hope he focuses on baseball because he can do everything. The kid.
Good give inside. Progreski sends back out Barton. Jesson attacks. Picks up his dribble, gives to Progreski low. Larson recovers, gives to the corner. Preston Thompson will drive, sends it out to Dylan Anderson. Dylan penetrates, blocked. Ball fighting for the rebound. Richards throws it right into Reggie Frischnick. Long outlet. Peyton Parks all alone. Lays it up and in. On the other end, 61-47, lead down to 14.
And there's some hand checking out there that it's getting called on Manti, and it's not getting called the other way. I think Manti fans were a little bit upset with that last drive for the Templars.
Spin from Reggie. Turns, fouled, and will go to the line for 2 more. Reggie Frischnick just continues to be that guy down low with that spin move.
Yeah, I want to watch this replay. I didn't think there was as much contact on this as there was on the last one. Refs have done a good job. They're got a tough job out there with 2 extremely loud fan bases.
Oh, boy,
just a rivalry game in a pretty full Centrum here. America First Event Center at SUU.
First one drops for Reggie as Talmadge Day is going to check in for the Juab Wasps.
Kid brings a lot of energy to the Wasps. Doesn't get a ton of time, the senior Talmadge Day, but man, when he's in there, he's going to be diving for loose balls and going after rebounds. I've watched him a lot these last couple of years. Yep.
Reggie, in and out. Rebound, Braxton Hooper. Talmadge deadly from corner three-point shots, too. He likes to spot
That's
up.
right where he runs. Runs right to that corner.
Park stripped by Anderson. Park throws it up. Frischnick, long outlet to Pogreski. Larson, coast to coast, fouled by Stevens, and Larson will go to the line to shoot 2. I don't think there was anything malicious there from Justin. Went for the ball. Larson just took a hard fall, and he'll get 2 free throws and a high five from the 2 there.
I guarantee those 2 have played against each other about as many times as anybody in the entire state. 2 kids.
The 2-point guards.
Yeah, hard foul, but Justin Stevens, I mean, he was making a clear attempt at the ball.
Yes.
It looks a little ugly because he comes from behind, but just a common foul. That's a good call.
Great job by the crew not to let this escalated by any means either, as Hunter Stevens returns. Talon Rasmussen also in for the Templars with 30 seconds left here in the third.
You get Reggie Frischnick out. He has those 2 fouls. Try to save those. Also, Dylan Anderson with 2 fouls comes out.
Both free throws drop for Pogreski. He's the lone starter out there. Hunter Stevens, along with Preston Thompson, Talon Rasmussen, and Jessen Barton. Park looks to attack off the dribble on Pogreski. In the paint, looks to spin. Send it out. Day for 3. Big shot for Talmadge. It's short. Rebound. Big board for Hunter Stevens. Hunter gets it ahead to Barton. Jessen. Euro step for 2 with the right hand. Doesn't get it to go. Thompson offensive board fouled. And they say no shot on the floor. 16 foul on Juab. Templars will have an inbound play here with 6 seconds to go. What a board for Hunter Stevens. The athleticism on hand.
Hunter Stevens on that end. Preston Thompson on this end. I've loved Preston's game so far today. Just coming off the bench and doing everything he needs to keep Manti that double-digit lead. Just giving quality minutes.
And going the other way, Talon Rasmussen called for a moving screen. That'll be 3 on Talon. And it goes back the other way for the Juab Wasps with 6.4 to play. 47-64, Templars by 17. We'll have our fourth quarter coming up on our CR Building System scoreboard. Park crosses over. Pump fakes. 3 at the buzzer. No. And that will end quarter number 3. Manti 64, Juab 47. Fourth quarter action next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, MTCC, and KSL Sports.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial...
Big three-pointer, no. Rebound, great board from Dylan Anderson.
Yeah,
Boy.
You called it. If he would have just tipped that around. Ooh.
Park pokes it out. One of Dylan's signature moves. Then Dylan pokes it out. Kason Douglas has it. Park loose with it again. We should get a jump ball. And officials are going to talk. Yes, possession goes to Manti.
Yeah, that's the right call there. I think Kason Douglas did an excellent job that time of trying to sell a foul. You know, and he should. I mean, do a great job. Try to do it. Yeah, try and get that call. That was a tie-up. Should just be a jump ball here. It was one of the most physical tie-ups you'll see. But
sure. Definitely no foul. Pogreski gives up top to Dylan Anderson. Anderson straight away, looks to attack off the dribble, crosses over, crosses back, sends back to Douglas. Douglas hesitate dribble, left hand in the paint. Hand check out front on Juab. That will be team foul number 7. That's a 1-and-1. You're putting an 81% free throw shooter at the line in Kason Douglas.
Not the guy you want to foul if you're the Juab Wasps. Cason Douglas, 22 points. 22 points in the first half. Didn't score there in the third quarter. Manti did outscore the Wasps 15-12 in that third quarter to extend that 12 or 14-point halftime margin up to 17.
Free throw for Cason Douglas is good. 65-47, 7:11 to go. One more from the Go Insurance free throw line. Give them a call at 462-3333. Cason was our MTCC player of the game yesterday. Get the speed that you need from MTCC, connecting your life rather since 1907. Both drop for Douglas. 66-47, Templars by 19, 7:11 to go in the fourth. Stevens up top, going to give left side to Park. Payton with it. Hands by Progreski. Anderson taps it. Frischnick's got it, fumbles it, gives to Larson. Larson the drive. Anderson, quick trigger, corner three, buckets. Dylan Anderson with a Douglas Dentistry three. Templars by 22, 69-47.
Larson Progreski wanted that right from the start. Drew the defense to him, knew he had Dylan in the corner. Hit him, got another assist for Larson Progreski.
Anderson called for the bump out front for Dylan. That's going to be number 3, and that's the 9th team foul on the Templars. That puts Peyton Park at the line for a 1-and-1.
I'm not sure if this is the largest lead, 22 points here.
It's got to be close.
Yeah, and that Manti doing this, I believe that we will win chant
I
at
don't
the start
like
of the fourth is stupid.
I don't like it at all.
So stupid. Jeez.
I think you're being generous with the word stupid.
Gosh,
to be honest
I'm
with
sorry. I got a lot. My kids in that student section, but my gosh, don't be idiots. Jeez.
Ball goes up top to Douglas. Cason crosses over with the left hand, attacks, beautiful dish inside. Christian Hansen lays it up and in. Now the left hand dish from Douglas, unbelievable. Timeout to Coach Cam Ryan. We'll take it. Manti 71, Juab 47 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, MTCC, and KSL Sports.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title. Serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin with a nationwide warranty on free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. For a limited time, get the Edge Bronze Oil Change for just $19.99. Edge Tire Pros across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
71-47, Templars by a game-high 24 points with 6:24 to go.
That pass from Cason Douglas last time, kind of a little pocket pass with his left hand across Christian Hansen. Christian's got 14 points, and they've all been fairly easy looks. I mean, he's maybe had 2 buckets that were even contested because his teammates just getting him open looks.
Richards for 3. I think Frischnick got a piece of that ball.
Yep.
Park got a piece of it. Mattinson with it now out front on the steal. And there's Cason Douglas. Wow, throws it right to no one. Was heading out of bounds. Just kind of had to throw it up, and it will be side out of bounds for the Juab Wasps with 6:01 to play. You know what I like about this Wasp team, Greg? Very balanced. The seniors, we've talked about them. Austin Park, the sophomore, we've talked about him. But it's a good junior class, too, with Mattinson and Hooper.
Yep.
It's going to be fun to watch the next couple seasons with Coach
They'll
Wright.
be a good team next year.
Park drills a Nephi Federal Credit Union three-pointer, and then Austin called for a foul on the other end. Austin with, I believe that's 16 now for Austin Park.
Yeah, that's
He's got
right.
3.
Yeah, we talk about what they're going to be next year. Austin Park doesn't care about next year just yet. You got a few more minutes. They want to make a comeback here. What do you got? Progreski shooting from the free throw line, 67% coming into this tournament.
Larson back to the Go Insurance free throw line. Larson has had just such a great, one of the most efficient seasons.
That's a great way to put it.
Especially from a point guard perspective. Point guards are given so much responsibility. They miss shots. They have turnovers. With all that responsibility, you don't see efficient seasons like we've seen out of Larson.
Yeah,
Progreski
you're
all that
not
often.
the tallest guy when you're the point guard like Larson Progreski, meaning, Reggie Frischnick shooting 66% from inside the arc from 2 is excellent.
Yes.
Nothing, but Larson Progreski from a point guard to shoot 60%, that's something else.
Larson goes 2 for 2. Templars back up 23, 73-50 with 5:41 to go. Ball goes in the corner to Park. Peyton ball fakes. Bounces, kicked out of bounds. It stays Juab ball, 25 on the shot clock. First full season of the shot clock about to come to an end.
Extreme success, in my opinion.
Agreed, on every level.
Yep.
From the running of it,
yep.
The effect it's had on the game. Park, good hesitation. Tough shot, no. Rebound, tapped by Park, but into Larson Progreski's hands. Larson gets it ahead, Dylan Anderson. Anderson pulls up from 3, left wing, got it. Dylan Anderson with a Douglas Dentistry 3. Templars up a game high 26 points, 76-50 with 7:14 to play.
Kid just has no hesitation on that 3-point from behind the 3-point arc. 41% coming into this tournament. 13 big points for Dylan Anderson, just over his season average. Going to pick up his 4th foul. He's going to foul out, though, if he...
Well, one other thing he's not afraid of is swiping at the ball, and that one cost him a foul there. Has a couple times tonight, Justin Stevens.
That's why he averages so many steals, though, as well.
Justin misses the first of 2 Cache Valley Bank free throws. As Jay Rowley checks back in, replacing Peyton Park. One more here for Justin. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Manti starting, I don't want to say running away with it, but when you have a game-high lead this extent in the 4th quarter, they just continue, and this is what they've done all year, Greg. They get better with each quarter of play. Anderson, wide open 3 again. No, long rebound. Frischnick, they're going to say pushed off. That will be the double bonus situation for Juab. They'll get free throws out of this.
You going to call an offensive, or are they?
They're going to say over the back, I believe.
Okay, yeah, so it will be free throws.
So 2 shots coming here for Riker Richards. Canyon Mattinson standing there like he was the one who was fouled, but it's going to be Riker going to the Cache Valley Bank free throw line.
Are they talking about that right now? I think Riker just went up there.
And they will discuss this as he backs away. And it will be Richards. Seeing Larson Progreski have a quick chat. Those are 2 guys that have talk about the senior class. These guys know each other so well as Richards misses the first of 2. And Peyton Park checks in for Justin Stevens. With 5:01 to go.
Couple of awesome crowds here tonight.
Oh,
it's
boy.
fun to see the student sections doing good things. They'll go back and forth a little bit. It's kind of fun. These 2 student sections, they go at each other pretty hard during the season, and Manti just kind of giving it back with the big lead here.
Anderson gives it inside to Hansen. Another bucket for Christian. Christian on to buy these the perimeter players dinner.
Yeah.
After the game tonight.
Yeah, another one of those easy layups.
Peyton Park, corner 3, no. Rebound inside, Mattinson taps to Rowley. Jay sends it out, Richards, Riker. Hezzy dribble, drives, inside, no, and a foul called on Frischnick for Reggie. That'll be number 4. Riker will get 2 free throws with 4:33 to play.
Yeah, a little bit late call that time, but the right one for sure.
Absolutely. Frischnick picks up number 4, so Frischnick with 4, Anderson with 4, Hansen with 3, and Douglas with 3. Progreski with just 1 foul.
And with 4.5 minutes left, Riker misses the first one, but with 4.5 minutes left, if this was a little bit closer than 26, you'd have Devin Shakespeare playing a little bit of substitute game with 4 fouls for Dylan Anderson, 4 for Reggie as well, but he's just going to let him play it out.
Douglas over on the right side. Kaysen looks to attack. Off the dribble, sends it. Stevens throws it away. It will be Manti basketball with they're saying it. I guess Justin did have full possession of the basketball, so they'll give him a new shot clock.
Oh, wow.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Same.
Not that Manti goes that deep into the shot clock ever
Right.
anyway, even when they have a 26-point lead.
Hand off to Progreski. Larson spins, gives to Frischnick. Reggie turns, sends it over to Hansen, sends back out Douglas. Kaysen will drive it. Fouled, throws up a wild shot.
Just about got that one to go.
And let's see here. They're saying going the other way. Was there a travel call?
Oh. Uh-oh.
The public address announcer hasn't said what happened, so we play on. Richards, right wing, drives it, loses the basketball, sends it out. Hansen the steal, but Christian was on the end line. So it'll be Juab possession with 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. As Talmadge Day and Austin Park going to check in, replacing Jay Rowley and Riker Richards. As Austin Park will set to inbound here for the Wasps. Austin pounds the Brock. Trying to send it in. Throws it back to Peyton Park. Peyton makes the catch. Stevens, ball fake. Looks to attack off the dribble. Little runner for two for Justin. No. Rebound Progreski and Day with the foul. They'll put Larson at the line for a 1-and-1 with 3:55 to go.
Yeah, a lot of what today has been for Juab really on that drive by Justin Stevens. A good look, and it looked like a good shot. Nice little runner, just not able to fall. It's been kind of a lot of that tonight for them.
As Mattinson will sit Hooper back in. Larson back to the Go Insurance free throw line with 3:55 to play. Larson connects on the first.
11 points now for Larson Progreski. Averages about 9-10 points per game this year. Obviously a lot of Templars here with a lot of points as they get to 80 now.
80-52.
80 points with half the fourth quarter left is a lot of points, Tanner.
They had 49 at the half and only scored one through the first 3 minutes of the third.
That's right.
They've picked that scoring right back up. Hooper, left-hand dribble, lowers the shoulder, turns, blocked by Hansen. They call the foul. It'll be 4 on Christian. Templar fans won't like it, but at this point in the game, you're up 28 points. You're going to win a state championship. There should be absolutely nothing
to complain about. Yep, let's see that. See if he gets him with the body maybe a little bit. Looked like he was on top of the ball, but a little bit of body there, so send Hooper to the free throw line.
Braxton connects, nothing but the bottom of the net. His development has been so great. His story, Braxton Hooper, just a junior, was so good for them early in the season when they needed a guy with fresher legs to step up. He was that dude as he hits both free throws.
5 points now for Braxton. Just looks like a good ball player. You know, he's got the length. He's got that basketball player kind of look to him.
Anderson lobs, Hansen pumps, turns, shoots, no, but Christian will now go to the free throw line with 3:34 to go.
Both teams now in the double bonus.
Hansen back to the Go Insurance free throw line, where Christian has continued to develop his game. Great, exactly the type of center this team needed. With this rotation. Big, could spread it a little bit with Reggie Frischnick in the paint, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Can still hit that outside three-pointer.
Richards in for Austin Park with 3:34 to go.
Yep, but he fights hard down low, gets a lot of rebounds, a lot of putbacks. 17 big points now for Christian Hansen.
And the 6 men are in, these starters out for the last time this season, to a rousing ovation from this crowd and a lot of hugs with the coaching staff. Subs for hugs one last time for these seniors. As Stevens brings it across for Juab. Richards now right side. Gives it to Hooper. Braxton, left-hand drive. Stolen. Preston Thompson, what a championship performance for him. Lobs for Kasten Larson. He throws it up, no. But a foul will send the sampler back to the free throw line with 3:18 remaining.
Yep, Preston Thompson came in big in this game. Only 2 points, but he did a lot more good things. That steal, some great offensive rebounds off the bench. Just a good game for the junior Preston. Big things expected for him next year.
Kasten Larson at the line for two. First one swirls around and drops for Larson.
So for those seniors that came out of the game just now, Kason Douglas, Christian Hansen, Dylan Anderson, and Larson Progreski, accomplished bunch of boys. Freshmen, when Manti won the state championship in 2020, they'll get another one here as seniors. You're going to see the last two seniors come out, I think, here. Kasten Larson and Talon Rasmussen, a couple more very accomplished seniors for the Templars.
And a timeout on the floor. We'll take it on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, MTCC Channel 3, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Templars 83, Wasps 54. Manti on the verge of their four championships for Devon Shakespeare in 9 seasons.
Yes. Yep. 2015, 2018, 2020, and probably about 317 away from 2023.
Park bounces into Riker Richards. The 4 seniors out there for Juab. Bounces to Day. Talmadge turns, shoots. No. Rebound to Jaden Barton. Barton with the basketball. Going to get it deflected. Preston Thompson fights back for it. Templars with 4 seconds to get it across here. Thompson does so safely.
5 juniors on the court for the Templars.
Lob to Austin Thomas, who lays it in. Good assist from Preston Thompson. Yeah. Templars extend the lead, and now Juab's bench is going to check in. And a proper send-off for these 4 seniors for the Wasps. Richards double-teamed low. The steal. Thomas has it. Barton now with it for the Templars.
Good athletic play by Austin Thomas to go down on the ground and get that one.
Thompson sends it over to Stevens. Hunter thought about the 3, will drive it. Little push shot for Hunter. He's going to call that a pass into Thompson. It's no good. Stevens rebounds. Stevens crosses the timeline, gives it in the corner to Peyton Park. Peyton will drive. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Richards hesitates. Bounce to Talmadge Day. Loses it out of bounds. Stays Juab basketball. 23 on the shot clock. And 4 off the bench for Juab as they will send their seniors with a proper exit. Justin Stevens, Riker Richards, Talmadge Day, and Peyton Park.
A lot of times when teams are up big like this, coaches will bring out one guy at a time. Like Devon Shakespeare would take one guy out at a time, give them all their separate cheers. This team is a team for the Templars, and they've been a team. They don't care who the leading scorer is. They've been a team. They all come out together and get that round of applause together. It's an impressive group of seniors for these Templars.
Hooper inside, turns, shoots, and scores it. Good take from Braxton Hooper. Ball comes into Jaden Barton. Barton double-teamed. Gets it over to Thompson. With under 2 to go in this one, the Templars will get some sophomores in here. 1 sophomore in Starkweather. Thompson's fouled, and Preston will earn a trip to the Go Insurance free throw line as Cam Wright's going to get a few more of his guys in here at the end of the game.
Mason Starkweather, a kid, sophomore that Manti's very high on. Good football player. He's been the quarterback, freshman in JV. We'll see if he sticks with that varsity or switches a different position, whatever he wants to do. But good athlete nonetheless.
Subs coming in for the Templars here. Daxon Parker Anderson, Tommy Bridges, and Tage Hill. With ya boy, Colby Simons, checking in at the scores table.
My guy, Colby Simons, love the kid. He's 2 for 2 in varsity games from behind the arc this year.
As Preston Thompson checks out, he's not going to be the lone Thompson at the dinner table without a ring now.
That's right.
We talked about that earlier in the season.
Yep, Mason and Grady both won state championships with Manti, both in their junior year. Preston also in his junior year.
Corner 3, no. Rebound comes down to Anderson. Dax gets it out ahead to Simons. Colby with the basketball right side. Gives it back up Anderson. Anderson will hesitate. Dribble drive. Simons, 3 on the way. Long. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Bridges, but it was last touched by Murdoch. It'll stay Templar ball.
Colby ruins his 100% from three-point line this year. He was 2 for 2 for varsity coming into this one.
Bridges gets to Anderson. He'll take the trigger 3. No. Rebound Austin Hapawate.
He's a kid that's going to have a lot of time for Juab in the future as well. Hapawate does good things, got a good big body, but a good ball handler as well.
Good football player for the Juab football program. And this is interesting. The starting 5 is going to check back in here for the Templars. And I don't know if that's to get these kids an applause coming out, but
yeah, I'm not sure what that is. A little subs for hugs for Devon. Devon Shakespeare has a thing where if you're up enough and you get to come out and you're a starter or a 6-man type guy, he'll give you a hug as you come out of the game. Usually the sophomores don't get that sub for hug, but they're going to here.
I like that. I like that a lot. You talk about it, the team game. Basketball is absolutely a team game. The Shakespeare brothers, if we know Dustin so well as you can know the Shakespeares, right?
Yeah.
with their basketball knowledge. And been fun to watch this group.
Cason Douglas will try and drive it in. He's going to be fouled by Kenyon Mattinson. I think they're just saying they don't want to take a turnover for a shot clock violation, so Cason takes it at the basket.
A couple of subs for the Wasps. Kenton Murdoch's checked in, along with Tate Halverson, a couple juniors they're excited about in the future.
Damon Wright.
Good shooter. Boy, Damon Wright.
Yeah, I watched him in JV games quite a bit this year.
The lefty.
A few times, yeah.
Cooper Nelson is going to check in for the Juab Wasps. He wears number 23. And we'll have a trophy presentation coming up. We'll keep you here for that, along with the ceremonial cutting of the nets. I was telling Dustin, Greg, that might be my favorite championship tradition in any sport.
Yeah.
Every basketball championship at any level, there's the cutting of the nets.
Cut down those nets, you bet.
Murdoch looks to drive it. Throws up the shot, is fouled. And Kenton Murdoch.
Christian Hansen's going to foul out of his final game. It's kind of funny, just getting these guys back in, and Christian will foul out here in garbage time.
And he'll get another standing ovation. How about that 2 standing O's for Christian Hansen? Kasten Larson's going to be the one to check in for him. And he'll get another hug here from Coach Shakespeare.
Kind of gets a little bit of a laugh there.
One pair of free throws here. We do have an update in the 2A game. 2 minutes left in overtime. Tied between Kanab and Parowan.
Wow.
2 blowouts in the first 2 meetings between those 2 teams on each other's floor. So Parowan blew out Kanab in Parowan. Kanab blew out Parowan in Kanab.
And then tight game in the rubber match.
You know what's interesting? We cover, 3 and 2A a lot with Mid-Utah Radio, Team Hive. All 4 of the championship games were region rematches.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Between girls and boys, all 4.
Kenton Murdoch knocks down both of those free throws.
And there's essentially no difference between the shot and game clock. Maybe
0.3 is what it was.
As the Templars, under Coach Shakespeare, are taking home championship number 4 in 9 seasons of play.
And they won't let the fans rush out on the court just yet. They'll let them a little bit later after the presentation of the trophy. And this great student section and the youth student sections of the Templars are going to fill up this court here and give their guys some high fives. Student section for the Templars has been just absolutely excellent this year. Templars state champions.
Devin Shakespeare's dynasty continues in Manti. If you're watching on our live feed, that video coverage will continue. We'll take a quick break on the radio side of things and be right back to cover the trophy presentation next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live and MTCC Channel 3 with KSL Sports.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheels, shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720 to schedule an appointment. Flat tire got you stranded? Call for 24-hour tire service. Harmon Tire, 435-623-0720.
You're listening to live high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3.
Sunrise Engineering postgame show here. Greg, Templars being presented the trophy here in a moment as the Juab Wasps will accept the second place trophy. Their 4 seniors going out to accept that. Heck of a season for the Wasps. I tell you what, Cam Wright, the job he has done, I hope you folks in Nephi take good care of your coach because he does such a great job. We like him because we do football games with them, right? We get to know Cam pretty well, but boy, great job from him. Talon Rasmussen goes out to get the trophy for the Templars, and the celebration continues at center court. What a scene. Absolutely love it.
You don't see Devin Shakespeare show that much emotion like that often until he wins the championship. And now that awesome student section and the youth students will run out on the court.
Mayhem at the America First Center
is a good way to put it.
Post-game show, as always, every season and every game, brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, serving communities like yours all over the western United States. That's Sunrise-ENG. Templars get the win. Another state championship, Greg. We've got some numbers in front of us from Brad James, and we'll get to those when we get to those. And just can't talk enough about that team mentality, right? This has been a complete team.
They've had a target on their back from the very first of the year, and there's our good friend Dustin Shakespeare and his brother Devin. Dustin puts a lot of time in to help Devin as well with scouting and things like that. Anyway, good family there, the Shakespeare family, a basketball family if there ever has been one. But, you know, these Templars, they had a target on their back. In that game, that second round game against Providence Hall, I did that game streaming only with Russ Olson, and Russ made the comment, there's 12 guys for that Templar team that would start for almost any 3A team. Not just the starting five, not just the sixth men as you've coined it, those second five, but even those other two off the bench, those juniors, Hunter Stevens and Austin Thomas. 12 guys that would probably start or get a lot of minutes for a lot of teams. This team is a team. They don't. Nobody is a glory hog. They love to share the ball with each other. They like to see their teammates get a lot of success. Who's that getting lifted
up? I believe that is
Anderson.
Dax Anderson. Crowd
the
surfing.
sophomore, yeah. But they sacrifice personal stats quite a bit. Later on in this post-game show, I want to talk a little bit about maybe an all-state MVP that gets awarded by the Deseret News. I've got some good thoughts about that. But this team loves to be a team. Devin Shakespeare expects that. If you don't agree with it, you're not going to play for him. And they play for each other. And it leads to championships like it did today.
Absolutely. Championship basketball at the highest level for the Manti Templars as, again, 4 titles in 9 years. That's dynastic, my friend. It just simply is.
7 total titles now for the Manti Templars over the years. One back in the 60s, 2003, 2008. Those 2 under Mark Hugentobler, and then these 4 by Coach Devin Shakespeare, 2015, 2018, 2020, and 2023. As you've mentioned, you talk about some sort of a dynasty, if you will. Any Manti player that's played 4 years for Devin Shakespeare has won a championship. You've talked about that. Every single guy that has ever played 4 years for Devin Shakespeare has won a championship. Devin won one in his first year, won one this year as well.
Come on, 10 years. Can you believe that? Yeah. I was a missionary when Devin got hired to be the head coach. No idea who he was. I don't think a lot of people around Manti area knew who he was.
Yeah.
Then one day, it's a P-Day for me. I get an email describing that championship win against Emory in the first season, the furious comeback.
Oh boy, yeah.
A special first one. The second one, an underdog season for the Templars.
Yeah, probably it was before the RPI, but they probably would have went in as the 8 seed, if you will.
Yeah.
They took on the number 1 undefeated Morgan Trojans in the quarterfinals and got a win there, and then moved on from there to beat Grantsville and then South Sevier in that 2018
Number
version.
3, probably his most top-heavy team, if you will.
Yeah.
1 loss to 4A champion Dixie.
Yeah.
Up at Salt Lake Community College. And, you know, they had some good competition in that year. Richfield was very good. Very good. Judge Memorial was very good. Manti ends up coming out on top with the victory. And then
and just staying with that team real quick.
Yes.
You don't want to compare team to team, you know, because a lot of things are different. And those teams, they had to fight to win against Juab. They had to fight to win against Richfield. This team, I mean, they have to fight. You fight to get a 20-point win. I get that. But Manti hasn't had a single possession win this whole year. Every win has been by 7 points, 9 points, double digits, just putting teams away all season. And they came into this year with a big target on their back. They came in number 2 behind Grantsville in most people's rankings, Deseret News and whatnot. And they claimed that number 1 spot early. and they held on to it all throughout the year. Never a question of who the number one team was, and there still isn't.
I like how you say that.
Yeah.
No question. Whoever is left standing, undisputed champions, Templars do it again. And we talk about this team. I think this has been his deepest team, and I don't think there's any questions about that. 12 guys aloft. I mean, look at Hunter Stevens coming in, getting a few minutes. Great minutes provided as the 11th man in both the semifinals and here in the state championship game. You know, if I had a regret as a broadcaster on this season, you and I should have asked if we could have gone to one of these practices, because I have heard that sixth men group versus those starters is, boy, you wonder why the sixth men are so good. Look at who they have to go up against practice. Iron sharpens iron. It just does. And that's a kudos to this team.
I mean, crazy hypothetical, obviously. It'd be fascinating to wonder what that second unit would have done and where they would have qualified for the playoffs.
Oh.
Yeah, just
boy.
Iron sharpen iron. That's such a good saying, and it applies here for sure.
One final Barclay Mechanical score update from 2A in overtime. Parowan defeats Kanab 56-53. So congrats to the Rams. Their second title. 2004 was the last time Parowan won.
Defeated the Manti Templars.
Is that
in the
right?
Sevier Valley Center, yeah, in 2A. A year after Manti won it in 03, they came back with Mark Hugentobler and lost to Parowan in the final in 2004.
Templars now in 3A. Parowan playing 2A basketball. Brock Felder, boy, he's going to have a chance to play at the next level for the Parowan Rams. So
okay, all right, if we're going to keep it here and we're going to talk about that, Brock Felder, the clear MVP for the Rams. Let's talk a little bit. It's interesting. Rick Robinson and I, a few years ago in 2020, when Manti took the state championship, I had a little debate with Rick and Robert on that post-game show about usually the Deseret News gives the MVP to the championship team. So somebody from the championship team. Try and pick it on this team, Tanner Wilkinson.
Boy.
I don't know. I mean, is
either.
it Cason Douglas where he comes out and gets 26 points today?
20 in the first half.
22 in the first half, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Is it Reggie Frischnick, who led the team in scoring all year, rebounding, toughness down low? Kid like Dylan Anderson, 12 points a game. I'm 3 guys in, and I haven't even said Larson Progreski. Is he the most important player on this team? It's a fun little debate.
Yeah.
You Manti fans that are still listening, I appreciate you joining us, for one. And number two, it's just a fun thing to debate and talk about of who gets that MVP from the Deseret News for the Manti Templars. Whoever it is, they'll be happy. You know, this is in 2020. Grady Thompson got it, the lone junior of that group, and every other starter got an all-state position, whether it was first, second team, third team. Every other starter. I would assume that will happen again this year for the Templars.
Yeah,
all of them get honored. It's just interesting to think about who the MVP would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we break down some stats here as the celebration continues? So what do you have for us? One last stat check from Brad James.
Yeah, let's talk about Juab first. 58 points, ended the year 17-8. You talked about it, an awesome season for the Juab Wasps. Nothing to hang your head about if you're the Juab Wasps. You go in after those first few games and you go tell Juab and everybody in Nephi that you're going to make it to the state championship game. Giddy up. You know what I mean? Sign me up for it, because they turned it on late. Their only losses in the last 2 months of basketball is 3 losses to Manti. So hats off to them. Riker Richards with 10 points, capping off an excellent basketball and football, and he's a good soccer player. Excellent career for him. 14 points for Peyton Park. He got 16 points to lead the way for Austin Park. The Wasps shot 36% from the field. That's a credit to the Templars right there, holding the Wasps just to 36%. They did shoot 18 of 27 from the free throw line. So a lot of free throws. The Templars shot 27 as well. Very evenly called there. Templars made 23 of them. Manti shot 59% overall, 29 of 49, 7 of 17 from behind the arc. Leading scorers for the Templars, Reggie Frischnick with 8 points and 5 rebounds. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists for Larson Progreski. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for Dylan Anderson, plus a steal for Dylan as well. 17 points for Christian Hansen. Leading the way for the Templars tonight, Cason Douglas, 26 points, 8 of 10 shooting, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, capping off a wonderful career for Cason Douglas.
as the Templar players are going to make their way to the tunnel as it's time to cut down the nets. I'm surprised they're not chomping at the bit. Coach Shakespeare's having to drag them over to the nets. Well, we've got one more award to give away on this high school basketball season, our MTCC Player of the Game. We've talked about the MVP of the season. Let's talk about the MVP of the championship game. MTCC, the internet speed that you need. Check them out at manti.com. Get the speed at MTCC. We have this fun debate, you and I. You and everyone. Anyone that does a Manti game with you, it's a lot of fun.
It's always fun.
And you always do such a great job with it.
Thank you, my friend.
As always. Boy, we got some tough decisions to make. We gave it to Cason Douglas yesterday. 26 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the field. Those 2 threes from the exact same spot on this right side, so deep. 8 for 8 at the foul line. 5 assists. Larson Pogreski, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. Dylan Anderson, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Reggie Frischnick, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Christian Hansen, 17 points.
How many did Preston have?
Preston Thompson finished with 3 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal off the bench for Preston.
Okay.
The sampler, Kayston Larson, finishes with 5 points and a rebound, including an acrobatic finish in transition.
Yeah.
He was 3 for 3 at the free throw line as well. Yet, boy, this gets tougher and tougher each game that we end up doing.
It's a tough one, man. Yeah. What do you think?
Cason was great, especially in that first half.
Yeah.
But I think there's been one constant theme for the Templars that's always put them over the edge, and it's been their defense. It's been what Coach Shakespeare called probably the best defensive team he's ever had.
Yep, he said that in the paper. Yep.
I'm going Larson Pogreski.
I would agree with you tonight. The way he handled the ball, 9 assists. I mean, Christian Hansen was another one you could give it to, 17 points, but Larson just finding guys and cap off a senior season for Larson Pogreski with an MTCC Player of the Game.
And he had a great offensive game tonight, but it was the defense, in my opinion, that is why he deserves it. So just a great night for Larson.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit, Greg, about this cutting of the nets here. Such a cool thing. I've already talked. I hit it with Dustin Shakespeare. You know, when you break it down, it's a piece of thread, essentially, right?
Yeah.
That piece of net you keep.
Yeah. Means something.
It means everything. All these memories, all the bus rides, all the practices, all the summer workouts, the time you spent at the gym grinding, shooting free throws, playing pickup basketball, working on your ball handling, whatever the case is. I tell you what, that piece of net is so much more than just fabric wound together.
Had a sophomore. My son Cameron was a sophomore on the team in 2020 when they won it. And I still have the picture of him climbing, cutting the net. Everybody gets a chance at that, whether you're the MVP or, on the bench as a sophomore, frankly.
Yeah.
And it's a neat tradition. You see the managers up there cutting right now for the Templars. And region champions, undefeated in region, really undefeated against anybody if they weren't 5A or 4A. The Templars were this year, end the year 24-2. Everybody gets a chance to cut this down. And then you walk through the halls of the Wilbur Braithwaite Athletic Facility there in Manti outside the gym, and those cases, they're littered with state championships, with the basketball from the state championship game, with the nets from the state championship game. A lot of them will have the scorebook from the state championship game, and this one's going in there.
It's another one's being added. Absolutely, is starting to get to the junior class now as they're starting to trim these nets down here. A perfectly brand new net because Morgan just trimmed the nets down right before.
That's right.
Hunter Stevens taking his net. I've known Hunter since he literally was born. Great to see that. You and I from Manti, we try our best, and I think we do a great job of being unbiased as throughout the season. But it is great to see your alma mater. We know these kids. They're your son's friends. You've coached a lot of these kids growing up.
Yeah.
I've known some of these kids since they were in diapers. And here they are becoming young men, cutting down nets as they head to the other side. The seniors will have to wait their turn here for a few more minutes.
And what a great way to learn to be a man. If you want to talk about young men out here, what a better way to learn than under Devin Shakespeare. They teach a lot of things, where I've had kids on the team. Devin, the first of the year, they'll give a white binder and they'll have some quotes, some motivation, some goals definitely, and then each week they add to that binder with goals that they expect for that week, with a scouting report for that week. And I've kind of had the lucky opportunity to be able to read through that. This year is my first year not having a kid on the team in years, and I kind of missed that because I loved looking through those scouting reports that Devin would put up. The guy just knows how to. I was about to say he just knows how to coach basketball. It's way more than that with Devin Shakespeare. And I don't mean to oversell this or make it all sappy here, but the guy knows how to lead young men. He knows how to lead men. He knows how to lead people. He has a strategy, and you're going to execute that strategy, and you're going to be successful because of it. And if you don't execute the strategy, you might not be as successful. We've talked about some of his down years. It's easy to talk about the championship years because obviously you just do a stud, just doing awesome things with the Manti program. There's been years when he hasn't had 10, 12 guys that he can run out there. And he still goes and plays on Saturday, whether it's the championship game or the third, fourth place game like last year on a team that went 15-11 that only had 3 seniors. And they go play for the third, fourth place game against a really tough Juan Diego team. Devin Shakespeare just knows what he's doing, and Manti fans, Manti community, Manti alumni, we are lucky to have him. That's what I'll say about that.
I hope Templar fans realize that, the parents realize that, the students realize that, and his players know it. There's no question about that. From Coach Shakespeare.
Yep.
Story you told a little bit last year at the end. I remember that a year ago we're sitting in that Bonneville gym. Heaven forbid we go back there again. And
we're not going to go down that road.
No.
State tournament.
And you told a great story about a lot of people called it a rebuilding year because there were so few seniors and there was a lot of talent in the underclassmen. And Coach Shakespeare, what did he say to the team? Let's go win some games. Or no, it was to you. Wasn't it? You met with him, or not met with him, but ran into him getting some pizza, if I remember right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Gosh, that memory. Holy crap, Tanner. That's why you're the best at this, brother. Yeah, he was getting pizza, and he was in his truck. And I kind of, and I've got a kid on the team, so I felt a little bit entitled to just be honest with him about the team. And I call these games. I know Devin pretty well. And I kind of said, well, you guys can go out there and compete in your region. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's not, you don't have a Grady Thompson. You don't have Travis Thompson and those seniors from 2020, but you can go compete in your region. He was having none of that, and he wasn't a jerk about it or anything. He wasn't rude about it, but you could just tell he wanted no part of me allowing him to not be as good as he knew they could be. And that's kind of what it was. It was me just, and there wasn't that. And then in that white binder, Devin Shakespeare had something that said, don't worry about next year. Don't worry about next year juniors, Case and Douglas, Larson Pogreski. You guys are great players. You played as sophomores. Don't worry about next year. Worry about this year. Let's go win some games. 15-11, played for the third, fourth place game last year on a rebuilding, I'm doing air quotes, folks, rebuilding year.
I love that story.
Yeah.
And look at what it's paid off.
Yep.
That culture, that establishment of expectation,
yep,
the accountability of it all. Devin Shakespeare is Manti basketball, and I know we've gushed about him for a while. He just won his 4th state championship in 9 years.
I don't know if unless you're a huge Manti fan, I don't know if you understand what that means to say Devin Shakespeare is Manti basketball, because Wilbur Braithwaite,
right, and that's a bold statement by me.
He had the record for most wins at one school in Utah State basketball history for years. He's since been passed, but yeah. He's since been passed. Craig McAfee was a great coach for the Templars. Mark Hugentobler,
I know Coach Hugentobler well.
2 state championships, played for 3 more on top of that. 5 state championship runs in his, about 12, 13 years that he coached in Manti. And to say Devin Shakespeare is Manti basketball, that's a heavy statement, and there's not one thing wrong about it, Tanner. Yep.
4 championships in 9 years. In the words of Al Davis,
just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
You got it.
Brad might give me a hard time for that later, but that's okay. We got some folks to thank, people. We've had such a great tournament and such a great run down here in Cedar City. Shout out to SUU. My man Jordan Howe, a former champion under Devin Shakespeare, works in the athletic department here and has helped us out with so many different things, so many great opportunities for him
Yeah.
And moving forward, former Templar, they've put on a show for us here. Fed us well. The production value's been great. They gave us a great spot to broadcast all these 22 games from up here. Great shout out to SUU.
I know we're going kind of long on this post game, but I just want to, Mr. Howe there that you just mentioned, former Manti player. He's running the spotlight in the opening. He works for the facilities here. Yesterday, he's down in the tunnel, just kind of watching things, wearing his old Manti warm up down there.
Still has it
repping
on.
the Templars down there. You bet.
Still has it on. Big shout out to SUU. Shout out to Mr. Barrett Hilton. Boy, does a lot get done because of Barrett. And first year of TeamHive.live was a wild success. If you're listening and want to continue on with TeamHive.live, if your school's not involved, contact Centricom Channel 10. Contact Barrett Hilton. We want to get your school this type of coverage where a post-game show will ramble on and on, apparently. So great job.
Hey, if you win the state championship, we'll ramble on and on about your school. How's that?
Sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah.
Shout out to the rest of our great crew down here. We had Adam Coombs with MTCC. Adam is such a big part of these Templar runs, doing all the Manti games with you, Greg. Adam is that guy with all Templar sports.
I get a lot of, I'm not trying to pat myself on the, I get a lot of congratulations. I get a lot of thank yous from people in the community for the games that we put on for Manti, both boys and girls, plus lots of other sports. Adam Coombs is the man that deserves your thanks, folks, because that dude puts a ton of hours into it. MTCC Channel 3 has made it a big deal for Manti athletics. No matter what you're playing, softball, soccer, whatever it is, your games are on TV, and that's a thanks to Adam Coombs.
Thanks to our great camera crew. Joe Williams here. Joe had a few cousins that were Templars, so a good night for Joe on that end. McKay Baker and Cole Wissinger, two of my best college buds. Spent a lot of time talking sports with those guys. Cole's done some games for us play-by-play. He's got just his future in broadcasting continues to grow. And I say future, Cole's my age. I shouldn't say future, but he's just such a good friend. I love Cole, love McKay, love the jobs they did this weekend. Dustin Shakespeare's son helping us out this weekend with some filming as well. And Dylan Smith from ETV. We love teaming up with Dylan. In a fantasy football league with Dylan. He's fun to play fantasy football with. We just have a great crew down here and a great job. Great job from our color guys. Ken Nielsen was down here with us this weekend. Rick Robinson, Dustin Shakespeare, and my man, Greg Sterner. Always good to be with you, my friend. Good to soak in a championship with our alma mater. Drive safe.
Oh, boy.
And let's go enjoy some March Madness and jazz basketball down the stretch here. We still got some hoops to watch. High school might be over, but we've got a long way to go still in the basketball season.
Absolutely.
As always, a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, it's been fun. Just can't reiterate enough how big that target was on Manti's back, especially coming into this tournament. So proud of those guys for answering the call. Every win here in Cedar City by double digits. A team that team of destiny. That kind of sounds corny. You hear it a lot, but they were, from the start of the season, people thought they could win it, and they answered every question that was asked about them all season long.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to our man, Brad James. How many stats and numbers does Brad keep throughout an entire season? Well, I spend enough time with him to just about know. That guy puts in so much work. He's done stats for all 22 ball games over these past few days. No breaks whatsoever. A big shout out to Brad and the good work he continues to do as well. Let's wrap this up. Your final score, Manti 88, Juab 58. You've been watching and listening to high school basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, MTCC, and KSLSports.com. My name is Tanner Wilkinson. So long and good night from the America First Credit Center on the campus of Southern Utah University in Cedar City, Utah.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah's sports leader, Mid-Utah Radio, Centricom Channel 10, and MTCC Channel 3. This sports broadcast was brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on MTCC Channel 3, Centricom Channel 10, and Mid-Utah Radio.